Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I clean all my brushes and beauty sponges. So if you'd like to know how they've gone from that dirty hot mess of a state to these clean, fluffy, fresh brushes, then just keep on watching. So basically I'm just going to be showing you all the products that I use and how I do it. So the first product that I need is the Sard, oh my god that's rude, is the Sard soap, and I just get this from Woolworths. So basically this is like I think $2.50, or you can get it from Coles as well. You just get it from like the washing aisle. It's basically for clothes, but you can use it for brushes and it's bloody amazing. So yeah, that's the first item that you need. The second one is just some isopropyl, however you say, I don't know, alcohol, and I just get this from Bunnings. So this is a disinfectant and I use this to clean my brushes in between clients as well. This is I think $25 from Bunnings, but you can get bulk ones online on eBay I think for cheaper, so I'm going to start doing that. Then, because my hands get really dry, I just like to take a rubber glove of some sort. These are just in my house. A towel, and you're good to go pretty much. So let's get started. So these are the brushes before I start cleaning them. I like to just run the tap for a little bit just to get the water not too hot, because obviously your hand's going to be touching it, but as hot as you can kind of have it with your hand touching it. Also, I like to put my Sard in like a little plastic container, just so, because the Sard is quite drying and it's kind of slippery too because it's like a bar of soap. So I put it in a little plastic container, that way it's easier. So I just run the brush underneath the water and until it's like completely wet, and then I just start rubbing it onto the Sard. So basically I keep rubbing until I can't see any dirt on it, and also until the soap runs like a normal soap, it doesn't have color to it, as I feel like that's a sign that there's nothing left in your brush. Then I just swirl it around in my hand just so I know that I've got all of the Sard out of it, because otherwise that can leave your brushes like kind of chunky. I then swirl it around on a towel, I mean preferably not a white one, as just in case there is still a little bit of product in it, but that's fine. And then I place it on a towel so it's facing downwards so the water can run out of it. And I just continue doing this throughout the whole video, or basically I do this on every single brush, even the smaller ones, even the bigger ones. So just swirling around on the Sard, washing it out on my hand, making sure that I've got all the product out of it, swirling it around on the towel to dry it off, and then leaving it facing downwards so the water can pour out of it. I mean, not that there's a heap of water in it, but as I do squeeze it out a little bit before I dry on the towel, but it's just best to do that so the water doesn't seep into the glue and then the bristles come out. So I feel that the brushes that have powder, that I've used with powder, aren't, they don't stain too badly unless it's like a colour, so like pink or green or something on the eyeshadow brushes, they tend to stain quite a bit. But unless it's just like a bronzer or something like that, they come out pretty easily. The ones with more liquid products like foundations and all that sort of stuff, you tend to need to wash them a little bit longer, just because the product gets stuck in between the bristles a lot more. So like the one that I'm just cleaning now, I use that for cream contouring, so I do tend to leave that, oh my god, I do tend to need to wash that a little bit more. And also one of these smaller brushes as well, I used to apply the foundation to the face before I blended it out with a sponge, so I did need a little bit longer to get every single bit out. I do also try and do this once or twice a week, depending on how many clients I've had. I do prefer the brushes when they're nice and clean. They're so much softer and they just apply the makeup a lot better. And obviously it's good to have nice, clean, hygienic brushes. But I do disinfect them in between each client anyway, so it's not like it's a big deal. But it's nice to have nice, clean brushes for every client. Okay, now the beauty blender. So this is one of the dirty, oh my god, this is one of the Dirty 30 sponges. So basically I dampen it underneath the water first, I swirl it around on the side, and then I push the product out of it and continue swirling and push the product again. This basically just gets every single bit out that's inside of it, but also doesn't leave the sard inside of the sponge, which is something that I think a lot of people do, and you can kind of feel it inside of it. So I tend to make sure that I've got literally everything out of it, and you can feel there's nothing inside of it. It's weird. You'll be able to feel if you've got like a bit of foundation or something inside of the sponge. Like I tend to clean them, well, I do clean them after every single client, and even on my own one I try to. I mean, I'm not that good at it, but I feel like they do clean a lot better and they last a lot longer if you clean after every single use. I then just squeeze it on a towel. I try and do this as many times as I can just to get pretty much all of the water out of it, because that way it applies the foundation a lot nicer. It doesn't pull it up with its, like, if it's too damp it pulls the foundation a bit. And then I just spray some of the isopropyl alcohol on it just to disinfect. And there is a lovely clean sponge. It's so satisfying to see a nice clean sponge. It's like the best thing ever. And I do exactly the same for the little sponges. So dampen it with a little bit of water, swirl it around on the side, and push the product out until there's no staining or anything on the sponge, and until you can feel there's nothing inside of it as well. You also do have to make sure that you kind of squish it and underneath the water, so you're absorbing the water and squishing it out so it's got all the product out of it. And then same as before, dry it on a towel and then spray it with some isopropyl alcohol. Okay, so here we have the final brushes. They are so soft and so clean, so fresh. I'm obsessed with them. If you like this video, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!